Buzzworthy Radio is on. The entertainment show that gets you up close and personal with today's hottest stars. Here's your host, Novell J. Lee.
Hey, it's Novell J. Lee, and welcome into a new Buzzcast here at Buzzworthy Radio. I sat down and spoke with the lovely Alison Sweeney, who today marked her final appearance on Days of Our Lives as Samantha Jean Brady, and yeah, I kind of shed a tear, just a little bit, maybe a lot of them, because it's so hard to say goodbye to this character. She's been one of my favorites, and we got to talk to her about her finally coming and leaving the show. What has she been doing since she had left Days of Our Lives, and what's possibly coming up? We also talked about tonight's episode of The Biggest Loser, which is called Penalty Box, and we got into a little bit about that as well. So all that and more with Allie Sweeney. Check it out. I'm gushing at the moment simply because I've watched Samantha Brady since she first came into Salem. So it's just a thrill for me right now to be speaking with you.
Thank you. I love that.
I mean, seriously, Samantha Jean has been my homegirl for over 20 years. I mean, seriously, she has been my homegirl. I mean, seriously, who can drug a man who was sleeping with her sister, by the way? And
yeah, you know, details.
You know, you just overlook that stuff, but you gotta love her anyway. And
right.
Yeah, and it's just it's hurting. It's hurting because today, obviously, is the last day that we're going to be seeing your character on screen on Days. So
I know
it's a bittersweet.
I know
moment.
It's hard. It really is. It's been sad for me, you know, and obviously for the fans too. I'm starting to catch up with Twitter a little bit this morning, and it's like it was a tough decision to make for sure, and I'm just, you know, going through a lot of the same feelings the fans are now at this point.
Yeah, I understand. You know, you've been done since May, obviously filming, but now we're seeing, you know, your final scenes that are airing this week, and you just answered my next question. Like, how was the decision to leave the show when you came to that decision to leave the role that you played for over 21 years? You know, it had to be a difficult thing because this has been your life for a majority of your life.
Yeah, right. It's certainly been, you know, where I showed up. I spent more than half my life on set at Days in Salem, you know, playing Sami and memorizing lines, and certainly, you know, there's a lot of other things that go into it, all the prep work to make the episodes and all the appearances and the interactions and the press and stuff. So it's been a big part of my life for a long, long time, and it was a tough decision to walk away for sure. I mean, it was really, really emotional, and I just had to look at it like logically and make the best decision for me and for my family. And you know, unfortunately, this was the right time for me to move on and to do something different and to try some new things and to give myself a lot more free time to be with my family. So that was my decision, and luckily, you know, the Days family was so understanding of it and sent me off wishing me the best, but it's been hard to go.
And it's not slowing you down. Your exit is not slowing you down personally, because you still got so many projects I hear you're working on. I understand you're working on your third book. You already have 2 out right now. And you're still directing. You actually directed you actually directed an episode of General Hospital.
I did. I got to direct at General Hospital, which was really exciting. I'm going back there next month. I got to direct. I've directed a bunch more episodes of Days lately, and you know, I mean, it's just such a different schedule to kind of pop in every once in a while and direct versus, you know, the commitment of playing a character like Sami, which obviously was so time consuming, and she's such a big part of the canvas. So, but it's exciting for me also, and challenging to try new things and to work on different projects and to see what else is out there for me. You know, I've been focused so much for so long on this one character, so I'm excited to try new things.
And of course, this is your besides directing and writing, you're also hosting The Biggest Loser, which airs tonight. Ironically, the episode is called Penalty Box. I was reading up on tonight's episode. I am scared of doing treadmills over water. That scares me. So
it is. It's a little bit nerve-wracking, for sure. But it was it's a good episode. There's good penalties to be had, certainly good challenging things to deal with. And I like that, really we stuck to sort of like real life temptations or obstacles, things that people face all the time. When you go home, you're going to have to deal with buffets and temptations, things that stand in your way, and making time to work out. So these are good lessons to learn when you're, in the safety of the gym and this game, and having the biggest of the trainers there to guide you.
Yeah, one of the temptations that apparently happens in tonight's episode is that one of the teams will be sent to the biggest temptation of all, which is Sin City in Las Vegas.
Sin City, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, yeah. I was like watching a few clips of it before I got on the phone with you, and I'm just like, yeah, if that were me, I probably would get lost. If that were me, I probably would get lost into it. I really probably would.
Everybody has, everyone who's been to Vegas certainly has stories of getting swept away by the temptations in Las Vegas, in one way or another. And so it's a tough one, but certainly, everybody goes on vacation. Everybody has their vices or their sweet tooth or whatever it is that tempts you, and it's a great example because you still have that really strong motivation to stay on track. So.
For you hosting this show, what has it been like for you to see all these contestants come in and trying to achieve their goals, some succeeding, some not succeeding? Like, what goes through your mind seeing all these people who want to come in, who want to better their lives, and they're doing their damnedest to better their lives, and you're just seeing them going through all the struggles,
It's so motivating. It's so inspiring to be with them and to see them fighting for what they want and fighting to get their health back and making the little changes along the way that allow them to slowly, regain it. I mean, unfortunately, it's such a hard road. It's so easy to slip off the path and end up overeating or getting, slowing down on your workouts, and one day leads to the next, and, you can find yourself overweight. And fighting to get your health back is a really, really hard journey. And to watch them claw away at that and get their health back and to conquer that scale is really spectacular.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, I gotta circle back again to Sami because we gotta celebrate her a little bit more. Of course, I want to know what has been your favorite moment on the show. Do you have a specific moment that stands out for you in the 22 years that you played this role? A scene that you did, a moment of Sami's that you personally loved the most, or is it just a culmination of a lot of things that you loved being at the show that was your favorite?
That's such a hard question. There's so many things. Do you have one moment that stands out for you as like your favorite Sami moment?
Well, there are a few, but I was actually thinking of this last night. I was talking to one of my best friends, and we were just going over the fact that, it was her last day, and I'm just like, what was my favorite? And I said, I love how I described it, the punch heard around the world at the time.
Oh, yeah.
At the time, the punch heard around the world, 1997, when it was all revealed that Will was actually
Sami
not
had lied
Austin.
about Will, yeah.
Yeah, at the wedding, and, Carrie punched Sami in the face. Poor Sami, by the way.
Oh, right in the face. Yes, you got me good.
But I have to admit...
That was a good one.
I have to admit, the stuff that was as of recent, when everything came out about EJ and Abigail, loved it. Because it simply brought me back to the Sami of old. It really did. I was like, the bitch is back. I'm so happy.
Yeah. I do love playing the villain. Like, I love that Sami had sort of, I don't know, maybe a different moral, code than most people.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was back already, and while that wasn't sort of my favorite storyline for sure, I loved Sami and Kate teaming up. That's been something super, super fun for me working with Lauren Koslow. I really, really loved that storyline. I loved working with Camilla, the three of us, trying to dispose of Nick's body. If I had to sort of sum up something that jumps out at me, that was a hard storyline physically. It was a lot of stunt type stuff to do, and then just the banter and the high stakes of it. That was a fun storyline.
Oh, absolutely. Loved every minute of it. And honestly, it's going to be hard to say goodbye, but we're going to be saying goodbye to you today. So make sure you guys watch Days of Our Lives today on NBC Daytime and say goodbye to Sami along with the rest of us. But you'll be able to see her tonight as well on The Biggest Loser at 8 p.m. Eastern on NBC. Alison Sweeney, pleasure talking with you. Thank you so much.
I'll be live tweeting with Biggest Loser tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you Days fans want to join me on Twitter at 8 o'clock and let's talk about Days too. I'll be there.
Absolutely. We'll be looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
All right. Of course. Thank you.
Many thanks to Alison Sweeney for stopping by the podcast, and make sure you watch Sami's farewell on today's episode of Days of Our Lives on NBC Daytime, as well as tonight's episode of The Biggest Loser. It airs at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on NBC. Maybe if I don't watch it, then it won't happen. Maybe I can live in denial, right? But no, we are all going to watch Sami's farewell together. But that's it for me for right now. I'm Noel J. Lee, making sure you keep getting the latest buzz with Buzzworthy Radio by logging on to our website at buzzworthyradiocast.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at Buzzworthy Radio and liking us on our Facebook page. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.
From Twitter to iHeartRadio, Buzzworthy is everywhere. Miss the show? Log on to buzzworthyradiocast.com for past shows and videos of some of your favorite stars. Stay connected to Buzzworthy Radio.